All right, I think I'm live. Let me do a few ats and double check. Um, Big Omega asking for the link. Okay, let me find a decent chill DMCA playlist. All right. All right, can you guys hear me? Let me see here. It's been so long, man. It's been so long since I've streamed, so I'm just getting my life in order right now. Okay. Let's see here. And I'm gonna join. I will be in the I will be in the TW Staff Public Discord League voice chat. So I'm in there now. Word of caution: feel free to join. You'll have to mute the stream though, otherwise you'll get the double feedback. I'm fairly certain. Um, and then I'm not certain what time Rack is going to be able to join, but I am trying to just wrap up some of the stream settings really quick. Un momento. Here we go. Okay, this helps. I can tell how many people I see the stream chat. You can use the stream chat. You can use let's see here. I do want to start with base, so we do have quite a few resources that Rage Rituals put together, as well as a slew of feedback from the MMR channel. Big Echo, welcome. Echo, I thought you had plans today. You canceled them for subspace. You sorry, what was that? We are on stream, dude. You just told everybody that you canceled plans for subspace. Good. Well, definitely. Can't hear Echo. One sec. Okay. Can't hear the Discord comms. That is. Oh, here we go. No wonder. There we go. You should be able to now. So everybody, well, Echo didn't tell everybody that he canceled plans for subspace, but I did.
Even better.
Even better. Can you guys hear the Discord comms now? And is it too loud?
Yes, you can hear us, or yes, it's too loud.
I know. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. He's a bit loud in the mix. Well, that's because Echo is warming some bullshit up right now in his microwave and doesn't know what noise cancellation is, but that's neither here nor there.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute my.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and start. And again, Rack is probably going to be joining. No idea when, though. He's coming back from work. So let's go ahead and start with base. Overall, there was a ton of feedback with the base ratings, and there were some spot changes made. I'm trying to think right now. Probably the ships in the worst spot, and again, I'm gonna be looking to feedback from either the chat or from in-game yellow chat. I can see spectator chat, or if you're in Discord, that works as well. But I think spiders are probably the ship that we need to focus on the most. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I think the issue, I don't think it's an issue, is that we have 13 10 stars, 3 9.5s, and like 9 9s. There's like way too many 10s.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what people are saying? I think all the 10s are deserving of their 10-star status. But
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. One thing to keep in mind is, right, like we start 5 spiders on a team. So proportionally, we have 10 10-star spiders, 2 10-star terriers, and right now 5 10-star sharks. That's 2 full teams of 10 stars. That's proportional and nice. I like it.
I don't think there's inherently anything wrong with having this many 10-star spiders. A lot of that, that's where Wilby's analysis and kind of something that we've referred to a few times, the star cap is something that we can easily make adjustments to. And I don't think it's worthwhile to focus too much on the number of highly rated players that we have, because I think they are deserving. That's what we need to make sure. That's like the standard that we need to adhere to. Are they deserving of it?
yeah, rather than being like, these are the 3 worst 10 stars, because they're all
Right. That is deflationary, and we do not want to do that. Okay. So looking at the 10s and the 9.5 stars, is that, damn, that does come up. Okay. How do I mute?
Hold on, are we in BDs are happening right now?
There are BDs right now.
Happening right now. One second, let me do this.
Logging on.
How do I mute this shit? Here we go. Okay. There we go. All right. So, are there, in to Sword's point, I do think largely the spider ratings in general are in a pretty good spot. I want to pick out anybody that's like a glaring either over or underrated. So, for example, if I had to come down here to the 8s, to the 8 stars, I'm looking at, I personally, of the 8 stars, like Rabbit, Clefairy are the ones, like maybe Clefairy is like, I'm actually surprised that he's an 8 star. Bricked in this example. But
Do you think he should be an 8.5 or a 7.5?
I believe he's an 8.5. Just me personally.
Okay, cool. I was like, I don't think he should be 7.5. So
I don't think so either. No. I'm sorry, I'm zooming in here too. So like, yeah, Clefairy's one that I'm surprised he's an 8.
okay.
I'd like it in, again, comparing Clefairy to the 8.5s, like I would put him on par with Grown, absolutely. TJ, absolutely. Like, the dude can play.
He's also serviceable in Terror or Shark, so
Yeah.
I don't think he's 8.5 in Terror or Shark, but
I don't necessarily either, but I think his highest rated or his best ship is Spider, and I do think he is an 8.5.
He's been doing really good.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So let me come over here. Jesus. It's been a while since I've streamed. Let's find old Bricked. I'm all bricked up. I'm all bricked up for Echo canceling IRL plans or subspace.
Yeah. I was like, oh, no draft. Let me make a plan. And then apparently everyone's online. So why not?
Dude, we're doing it, man. We're out here doing it. Do we
So we
think
put Hellkite back down to 9.5. I'm seeing also.
we did? So going back to
And who
Clefairy,
put
just
Sword
real quick.
9.5 also?
Well, he will. He will. That's fine. Okay. So we bumped up Clefairy. Sorry, Clefairy. Who else we got here? We did bump Hellkite down to looking at the 9.5s. I mean, Hellkite and Jamal. Those are like. I think they're on par. I feel like they're on par. I'm not the most knowledgeable person of spider stats in general, but I don't see Hellkite being broken at 9.5.
But the thing is, Hellkite's not really like a wreck getting spider. He's more pushy and play oriented, and also gets great wrecks most of the time. I think Hellkite's kind of better than a couple of the other 10 stars. Like, I'd prefer to play with him as a spider. I'm not going to name names.
So Hellkite was actually the last season he played. He was rated 9.5.
He's always weirdly been 9.5, and Mouse has always been a 10, which is always confused me about.
So Hellkite at 9.5. I'm looking. Let me make sure I'm in the right. So Hellkite 9.5. I'm looking at the last season here. Is he not in here?
He didn't play the last season. He last played the 2023 fall season.
Damn, for real? Okay. So he finished number 6.
Wait, why did we also drop Sword? Yeah.
There was a long discussion about that. I mean, like, so you have to compare the 10s to the 9.5s. And
Okay.
I actually agree with Sword. He's going to jump in here. I think he's more 9.5. Like, the standard that we've tried to push or at least put forward has always been, could they anchor a spider team? And that's absolutely what a 10 could do. I would not put Sword in that category. Not that he couldn't be capable of it, but
I would swap out Dreamwind and Absurd for Sword and Hellkite. I would switch those two. Absurd has the talent. He just doesn't try as hard as we know. He's got the talent, but I like him though. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And Dreamwind doesn't play. I don't know. Actually, forget I said anything.
Okay, all right, moving on.
It's fine. I actually think it's fine. It's just a 0.5, right? No one's broken. All the 10 stars could be 9.5. Not really that deep. I think.
Let's try to go back to what we were originally doing and picking out like the glaring issues. Again, comparing above and below their rating. So like Clefairy was an easy one. Picked him out. The other one I'm looking at would be like a Rabbit. Rabbit, personally, I thought he was an 8.5. I would pick Rabbit over Raka, for example. Raka's absolutely approved. I would pick Rabbit over Iron. I feel like Rabbit is the only negative thing against raising Rabbit to an 8.5. Well, he was an 8-star last year. Interesting. I thought he was 7.5.
He was 7.5 the season before that.
Right. And looking at the rankings here, so Rabbit, interesting. Here's an interesting point. Rabbit and Grown. So Grown did get the bump to 8.5, and I think he is deserving of that. Rabbit plays under. So looking at the KD, it's a little skewed, but he only finished 2 spots lower than Grown.
He's really great value at 8.
He is really great value at 8.
I would pick him over like a couple of the 8.5s.
Here's an interesting. I don't know if I would pick Rabbit over TJ though. Like I
not all of them, just like probably over Manel and Bricked and some of the others.
I actually don't hate. Like I'm rethinking this now. I don't necessarily hate Rabbit at 8 right now because I would take TJ. I would take some of these 8.5s over Rabbit. Just pure skill wise, Rabbit would get the nod simply because he's an under and he's great at under.
He's so good at under now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ignore Rabbit for now. Jabra.
Wait, I have a wait. What was rough last season?
Ruff
Was he
was a
a
9. Yeah, he was a 9. I think Ruff is okay as an 8.5. He struggled as a 9, if you see here, and Hayes went all the way to the finals, but he struggled as a 9.
He didn't put himself in because there were better value picks.
Yeah, and even, I mean, I remember this quite vividly. Even whenever he did put himself in, we were worse off because of it. Obviously because of the higher star cap, but he's not a 9 caliber spider in my opinion. Okay. Continuing to look through this, Scuzzy Sure Shot. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he. I mean, well, he's at 7.5. I think we just probably guessed this, but whether or not he actually deserves to be a 9.5, I don't think so. Error with database. Too many connections. What the flocka? I can't connect to TWD right now, and I'm not sure why.
Okay, I want to address Iron. No, you're not getting dropped, bro. You're really good at this game, and 8-star in Spider is fine for you. Let's just put that out there.
He didn't even get played last year as an 8-star.
Did he didn't show? I don't like.
No, he did.
The last season was kind of a weird one, though.
Yeah, there were lots of people on the bench last season that could have played.
So like the last season that Iron did play Spider a lot was the 2023 fall, and he was ranked 7.5, and he did about as he did average for a 7.5. Like he had a 1.3 KD. He's an over Spider. I think I don't know why he got the bump, unless Power won. It was probably just because Power won, quite honestly. But
He didn't play
Dude, I can't get. Oh, here we go.
playoffs that season.
And Scuzzy doesn't have any. Go ahead. He didn't play in playoffs.
Iron didn't. I don't know if Power won that season or if they were eliminated. He didn't play any playoff matches in base. So while Power was really good, I'm not quite sure he moved the needle. This is 2023 fall.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to see if he really does deserve the 8-star bump. But I am going to look at his TWD profile. So recent games. Looking at the TWBD profile.
Okay, so you're looking at Iron, right?
Yeah.
So we got Fiery Fire MVPing over now killing a lot of these 10 stars. I mean, I know it's just BD.
I mean,
he's been doing really good.
I think we can definitely bump D Rose up
To 8.5? Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go back.
like I
Let's
said,
go
he-
back to that. Sorry, I'm looking at Iron. I'm looking at his previous
Yeah.
recs. Like there are
Correct.
there are absolutely games here where he plays like a 7.5 star, at least KD wise, right? Like I can see the 75, 55. That's like what a Rabbit used to be. The 59, 51. It's inconsistent. I don't know if he's. I looking at his previous records, I don't think he is consistently playing at an 8-star level. What's everybody's thoughts here?
I agree. I mean, I think he's a potentially good value pick, same as Unlimited, Jackie, X Demo, Public Assassin. You know,
Yeah.
people who aren't really base players, but have upside like Flu, Jay-Z, Rampage, Tanzu. Those
Yeah.
are all 7.5s.
All right, Iron, you've made your case.
Yeah, sure. He's not broken. He'd be the strongest 7.5.
I don't think he'd be broken at 7.5. I think
No,
he'd
not
be-
bad.
He wasn't broken at 7.5 last season. He was a 7.5. So
Yeah. Okay, now going back to the Spiders. We talked about D Rose. D Rose right now is at an 8-star.
yeah, I think he should go higher.
He's been like honestly every BD I've been in with him, he's generally MVPing or top kills or top 2 spiders. Obviously, there's players like Henry who get lots of kills and great frags, but he's not
He
Henry.
just outkilled Henry.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
I'm looking at his TWD history now. This looks more like definitely an 8-star, and yes, potentially an 8.5-star. Knowing that he's an overspider, like there's plenty of records in here. If not the majority, are like 2-to-1 KD, and there's looks like there's slightly more wins than losses, if it's not 50-50.
But that's what MMR is supposed to be.
Dude, I know. No, I know. True. But yeah, D Rose, man, fire. He's making his case right now in public chat, and he just MVP'd. Dude, what are you doing, man? Everybody knows once we get close to TWT draft pick time, you're supposed to tank your rating. You're doing the opposite, buddy. And he MVP'd over Absurd, Rabbit, Henry, Vice. God, I love you, man, but you just
He outkilled Bombed,
He got 3
Hellkite.
packs.
yeah, I think D Rose,
You
you're a little broken at 8 stars, buddy.
13%.
8.5 is a slightly below average. Like, it'll net out as the average rating, but like, we're looking at the average rating being an 8.7.
I mean,
I think D Rose is at worst a slightly better or slightly worse than average spider.
I would pick like I put Fiery Fire on par with TJ, Rassic, Clefairy.
Grown.
Yeah, Grown. Yeah,
Grown, yeah,
I mean,
like-
mechanically, he's a good spider.
And I pick him over Raka, Bugs, Rabbit, Aprix. Hells no.
Absolutely. And I he would have been one of those sneaky value picks. Sorry, Fire, dude, you're getting the bump. You're getting the bump.
All right.
This isn't set in stone either. I mean, we still have a week to go, so we're making some adjustments. We can continue to refine it and make cases, but I've got the link to your TWD profile, and you're fucking crushing it, bud. You're crushing it. Okay. Going back down here to the spiders, picking people out. So Kato, man, I look back, he was a 9-star. He got dropped to an 8.5-star a few seasons back. I think it's safe to keep him at the 8.5. Jabra, I'm more unfamiliar with.
I think 8's fine.
I haven't seen him play in forever.
Um,
Has anybody?
He usually just jobs.
Yeah, no. Well, that's usually what we do, anyway. But
Let's see. Let's creep his TWD profile in base.
Jabra, here we go.
He played a couple games last season for NPCs as a spider
Yeah.
and did, I mean, reasonably well.
If he's an
Not a
8-star,
whole
yeah,
lot of
he's an
sample.
8-star.
He did this as a where'd he go? As
These
an
are
8.5. He went
old.
81 and 50. That's comparable to Dutch Baser, who went 87-44 the same game. It's comparable to Henry, who was an 8-star at that point, but went 82 and 42.
You're right.
Comparable to Razzie, who went 73 and 74.
He
How
was
the
an
fuck did Razzie die 74 times?
He was an 8.5 last season, so we've dropped him to 8, and that's a good spot for him. Okay. Who else can we pick out of here? Yeah, he's at 7.5, but I think that's just because he was historically 7.5. I can't remember if I've ever seen him play.
Does he want to play?
Spider? Or base in general?
I try not to just keep lowering people down just because they don't play, because there are people who just log off when base comes around.
The last time, actually, no, he's a 7.5. I'm looking at his TWD profile. Even though they're older, it's not horrible. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Again, I feel like he kind of fits in that category of really good warbirds or javs who, you know, they've got a brain, so they can do some basic basing stuff.
I do. So the one 7.5 star that I am worried about, that I think we have overrated, is Scuzzy Sure Shot. I don't know if there's any justification that he needs a 7.5, and he doesn't play.
Has he been based in like a decade?
No. And he's a Jav. His looking at his Warbird, though, he does know how to aim. Goodness, he does have. They're going to want to look at that. He has a decent record in MMRD, which has some translation over to MMRB Spider, but I don't know. I guess with that knowledge, I'm comfortable leaving him at 7.5 basing. I don't want to just break him or make him broken. Okay, who else here? Who else? So Lee is staying at a 7.5. Berserk is there. Unlimited 7.5. Extemo, PA, Public Assassin, yeah. I'm good with the 7.5s.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I feel like the strongest ones, in my opinion, are Iron, Razzie, Iron Razzie, and maybe I don't know. Those are the two standing out to me. I think it's fine.
Yeah. There's definitely still some good value picks, but I don't see anybody who's broken. Oh boy, I'm looking at someone new. Rampage.
The one I was going to say the one I want to revisit is Jackie, but that's going to be more towards the Terrier and Shark portion of the.
Okay. I want to take a look at Rampage real quick. Rampage has been crushing it. Let's look at his TWD profile. All of his basing records. So he's listed as a 7.5. Actually, I don't know if it warrants a bump, and I think, going back real quick, I think he's already gotten a half-star bump. So he went from 7 to 7.5 already. And looking at his records, these are relatively old, but the most recent ones, yeah, it's a 7.5. It's borderline 7.5, borderline 8, but he might be one of those good value picks, and I don't think it's worth bumping him up just because his MMRB records look good. I think he's fine at 7.5. He's already gotten the bump, already gotten the half-star bump.
Yeah. Increment.
Yeah. And looking at other players, any 7-stars. I'm trying to pick out any potential 7-stars who would be like breaking. One of the dudes coming back, Dual Pasta. Was he a baser?
I love him.
Was he a baser previously?
Yeah, he was a Shark for Penetrate. He was decent. He wasn't like top tier as far as I remember, but he was like playable back then. And Shark was his ship.
He tried to Shark the first round of MMRB today, so I set his rating. He had no games played, and he was too laggy to play.
Yeah, he is from Denmark or one of those countries.
I'm wondering if because of that experience, we should just set him as I think we should set him at least as a 7.5, knowing that he does have that that ceiling potential. I feel like a 7-star would be breaking for him.
I haven't seen him play since I was like 15, so.
But comparing from the list of other 7-stars, Dual Pasta has that experience.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list of all these 7-stars, and none of them are basers except for him.
Yeah,
because I would identify.
Azaz is the other one, but he's moved up. Azaz has moved up steadily every single season. Let me go back to Dual Pasta and update him. Dual Pasta, and you're saying that he was a Shark too, so he has the Shark ability as well.
Yeah, I would say that's his main ship, Shark. So if any captains are playing and you want, I don't know. Like I haven't talked to him. I don't know he signed up for another tournament, I believe, in the last few years, and I don't know if he showed up or played any games. So, wild card pick, I would say. But
Absolutely.
7.5 could for him.
Okay. So 7.5, dual pasta got the bump. What else we got here?
Metal Kid, did he used to base? He was a top tier warbird back in the day, right?
He was, yes, and we've adjusted his warbird rating, and then I don't think he's had a chance to play Spider at all, or base at all, and I actually don't know if he based way back in the day or not too. I would look for feedback from the chat.
I'm trying to find him on here.
I mean, it's been forever. Let me even see if he's played any Metal Kid, if he's played any MMRB.
I feel okay. We're doing basing only. I feel like 6.5 in job is a little low.
No, I think it's pretty warranted. I'm looking at his his jab rating right now, and he's just come back. He had his first game was 8-8, but everything after that was a 110, 510, 210, and like I don't know. I think 6.5 is kind of fair with the limited games that we have. I'm hoping he has a chance to play more, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, with these returning players too, right? Like when I came back, I was a 7.5 in base because I hadn't played in so long, and it gave me incentive to keep signing up and playing because I was like, I'm way underrated. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I'm better than that. But if we give these vets like really high ratings that haven't played in years, it's hard to play at that level immediately coming back, and it's like discouraging if you don't get added. So I'm okay with like returning really good players, giving them some grace with lower ratings.
Right. Right. So looking at the 7-star spies list, Bick kind of jumps out.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, is he rated too low way?
For Spider,
Has he played?
Let's go take a look. See.
I have played some games with him, and I was not impressed. He has no DT experience.
Yeah, his records don't really scream. They look pretty decent for a 7-star. I think it's I think he's fairly rated at 7 after looking at his records.
Are you looking at TWD and the draft, or both, or like what are you looking at?
I'm looking. You mean the draft? I'm looking at right now. I have his TWD profile up. I don't think he actually has any DT experience. Like he didn't play 2023 fall. He got added in one game, and it looks like it was a sub out.
It was a forfeit.
It was a forfeit. Yeah. So he doesn't have any DT experience. Yeah, he has 0 DT experience.
Seven's fine.
I think 7's fine. Yeah. Okay. Looking back over here. JZ75. Afri. Is Afri rated too high? He's 7.5. Dude, I haven't seen Afri play ever.
He's talented.
Okay.
I mean, he's a warbird, kind of a pub warbird, honestly, but reminds me of Be It, kind of, where it's doesn't really play leagues, but can hold his own.
Right. Dude, I don't see. Does Afri even have? Let's see here. I'm looking through all of his stats. He hasn't played DT in forever. He was a 7.5 last time. Didn't play. When he was rated a 7-star, he had 4 games, 0 wins, with an average KD of, well, not great. Less than 1 KD as a 7-star. So he's a 7-star right now. I think that's fine then. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with his basing.
Wait, no, he's a 7.5.
Oh,
Um,
I'm coming off mute real quick because there's been a couple seasons where people joined and they got the tax as a free agent. And then I think that like just kind of whoever was running leagues after that, they just kind of got like grandfathered as those stats moving forward. So that could have been the case with Afri.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure based on like where he was on that draft sheet, he was free agent ad. Oh no, actually he played week 1. Never mind.
I'm gonna move him down to 7. I don't see any justification for.
He was here. He was a 7.
Yeah,
yeah.
this is a 7. Yeah. Let me go back. I'll double check his TWD profile, but I don't think he even has any recent games played. He does a little bit. These were a while ago. I don't know. Looking at his TWD profile, it's a mixed bag. Maybe like a 57-29 and a 64-34, 92-69. Those are not 7-star. Those are 7.5 star ratings.
Yeah, but click into one of those games.
yeah. Who was he playing against matters too. If it's
I mean-
like David Crowbar and Yogi, then I don't see his name. Oh, there he is. 7.
Played against me.
Yeah,
He did.
it looks like it was a bit of a stomp.
When he was on the same team with Absurd, like he did it just as good as Absurd. He had competent Sharks with Cape and Clefairy. Kov played similarly. What's Kov?
I'd give him the same rating as Kov.
Yeah, that's what I was going back to. And I think Kov. Is Kov even signed up? I don't think he is.
He might not be.
No, he's not. But let's go to TWDT ratings. Man, Kov's a 7-star son of a bitch, Kov.
Oh, 7?
7. Let's go. I think he's fine as a 7.
I think it's.
I don't think he's going to turn around and break a league as
Yeah.
a 7 versus a 7.5.
Okay. Let's focus now. So we'll get to tears and sharks, and this is kind of a good segue into it. Let's talk about Jackie.
Yeah.
Can we make
Jackie's a
Jackie
7.5 star.
Can we make her an 8? Him, sorry.
Yeah, I think Jackie's an 8, right? Like it's too powerful to have somebody that can flex into multiple ships.
And he
As
deserves
a
it because he
7.5.
wins titles so often at 7.5 in multiple ships. Like, let's throw him in an 8 and see what he does. And he asked me earlier for what tear keys I use, so he's gonna be quicker in tear too. I know it. Love you, Jackie, if you're listening.
So let's go to the DT Rex. And actually, I'm gonna go to the forums real quick, and Rage Ritual has given us some analysis.
On the forums?
Well, that's just where he posted the link to it. But looking at, so DT Sharks. Oh, Jackie. So he's a 7.5 star. He's won twice as a 7.5 star shark. I'm talking shark right now. He's won twice as a 7.5 star shark. He has a 41% win rate as a 7.5 star shark. Let's go to the Terrier data. And he has, well, he's won twice. Sorry, those were likely, I don't know, it doesn't tell whether he played shark or tear, but he's won twice as a 7.5 star, and he has a 40% win rate as a tear. 7.5 stars. I do think he is a stronger shark than he is tear, though I do think
It's how serviceable you are at 7.5. It's not really about strength anymore. So I feel best just looking at the comparison ratings.
let's go back then. So for comparison, Jackie and X Demo are the 7.5 star tears. For the sharks, I think he's rated fairly as a shark.
I think he's rated fairly as a shark, but I think he's got to be higher as a tear.
You think Jackie's up there with Tiny and Apt?
I think he's better than X Demo.
Definitely, but I don't think he's better than Tiny or Apt.
I
In
don't
what,
know if that's
share?
not justification to bump him up.
I think he can spider at an 8-star level too on his good days, and I just feel like, why is he the anomaly in not being rewarded by when, like, his rating has been 7.5 and he's won a few times at that rating? Why is he never going to be raised? Is it always, like, it gets to a point, like, is it always the team around him? He obviously is, like, a smart enough baser with some talent because he is winning these titles. That's my thought. Like,
So it looks like he's mostly been playing Spider, and like as a Spider, these are 7.5-star records.
To respond to Sword's message about him getting carried, though, part of that's the point, right? Like, most of the time, a 7.5 is going to be getting carried. But how carryable is he? And that's just what, like, frustrates me watching Jackie. Yeah, get rated 7.5 for the 10th season in a row.
I just think he deserves at least one season at an 8. Let's see what he does. I'm sure he could still get playtime.
I don't know. Looking at his tear records, you can pick out he doesn't have a very, like, it's just not a very strong, like, consistently strong win rate too, just in general. Like, in going back to even whenever we were doing the hand picks, the manual MMRB stuff.
Jackie is hard to carry.
Like, I see one. That was a forfeit. 2. He has 2 wins as a tear in the automated MMRB, which, grain of salt, obviously, right? But then also his tear win percentage in DT as a whole, he's at 40% win rate.
He has 6 games played in Terrier in MMRB.
6 games
carrying
played
in MMRB is hard. Who put the default down to 1200? I don't like you, but
I don't know if I'm convinced he's an 8-star.
I mean, will be. It's your call because I'm voting that I think he's an 8 because I don't know, like, if he doesn't get played or if he totally flops, and we can make him 7.5 again the next season. Is what I think. I think he deserves a shot at an 8-star, right? We all want to be the best we can be. He probably wants to stay at 7.5 to just get played. Like, if I have Jackie on my team at 7.5, I'm gonna play him. No question.
If I have a better Shark partner, I'm not putting him in.
But the point is, you can play him at 7.5 and Shark whoever you want.
Yeah, you can have 2 9-stars, 10 stars. Hey, what does Yellow Chat think about Jackie?
Yeah, what's the? Let's ask. We're throwing it out there. We got 54 people online right now.
But isn't Rabbit an 8 sword? What do you mean?
Rabbit is an 8.
But Rabbit can only play Spider. I'm not talking about.
I don't know. I don't mind coming back to it, but I don't think Jackie is an 8-star.
Hey, let's look at the Sharks, right? Like,
Same thing.
I don't want to talk about Beams. Right now, Beam is an 8. I would, like, 8 bricks, Beam, Bugs, Paradise. You're telling me Jackie can't Shark on the same level as those guys? I think he can.
Yes.
Like,
I don't
Strong
think so.
agree.
and then on top of that, he can tear.
The other
And
thing that I feel like hurts Jackie's rating is the fact that because he swaps around so much, he doesn't get the experience with any.
Here's an example. His 2 DTP, he played 2 games as Shark last DTP, lost both of them. And, I mean, these are just stats, right? I mean, the RPD is 2.8, that's trash. Sorry, not trash. It's really bad. And it's just insignificant. It's like unremarkable. His 7.5 star performance.
He was
So
on
I'm gonna go back.
He was on a bad team.
Even going back to 2023 winter, he won less than 50% of those games. Had a slightly better RPD at 2.9. Two techs in 9 games. It's like I am not convinced. And 2022 fall, he was again a 7.5 star, and it's just mediocre stats.
Trouble. Would you rather have Aprix or Jackie in Tear and Aprix or Jackie in Stark? Would you pick Aprix for both?
Aprix in both,
All right.
without hesitation. And I haven't seen Aprix in months. It's
Alright,
just
well, I mean, at the
his
end of the day,
stats as a
wild.
7.5 star are just unremarkable. They are woefully unremarkable.
Yo, Jackie needs to step it up, bro. He has it. He has the potential to be.
He does, but he's never online. Like, he's probably not even online right now.
Hulk, Aprix, can't even Sharkman, you guys. All right. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, it's not league breaking to keep him at 7.5. So
I don't either. If anything, more power to the captains willing to take the risk on it. Like, if they're able to draft well and build a decent team around him, sure, it's good playoffs contender. But Jackie crumbles. I think he's a 7.5 star.
Fine, 7.5. Let's move on.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any? So we have fewer tears and fewer sharks. I feel a lot better now about where the sharks are rated. I moved the biggest change was I moved Odor down. Just this is purely based on his MMRB that I've played with him. I moved him down from an 8.5 to an 8 star. I think that's fair, and I think he's fairly rated as an 8 star across all ships. I know he's one of those utility players too, but I think he's an 8 star. Spider, Terror, I don't think anybody would. I mean, he's laggy. That's a big risk. But then as a shark, I think he's on the same level as Six Smoke.
Okay. I actually want to bring something up right now about the TWLB Champions Ram Ranch. So we got Joseph at 9 and Mark at 8.5, and I'm seeing we've dropped Frozen and Banks to 9 stars each, and that's 4 of their 8 starting line. So does it really make sense that the reigning champs of the most competitive league, 4 of them are all under 9 stars? I think we need to. First of all, number one, I think Joseph should be 9.5. As much as whatever, I think he should be a 9.
I do absolutely think Joe is better than Sprackle and Rage Ritual and Shark.
Yeah.
Thoughts from the chat? Thoughts from the chat? Sprackle.
Like Frozen Throne, for example. I know we did Spiders. Like, he MVP'd both TWB final matches. It was a pretty good team. And we dropped him to 9. Like, I think we're kind of considering the past a little more. And not I remember when I was making a case a few seasons ago to drop Mouse, Ogron had a meltdown. He's like, "How dare you think of dropping somebody in the TWLB winning lineup to under 10?" But when Ram Ranch won, now it's okay, all 4 of them can be under 9 stars. No, that was my Ogron impression. But
Who's under 9 stars?
Mark's 8.5, which that makes sense. Because he moved and his leg, and he has a different setup. So Mark has a reasoning. Yeah.
Who else is under 9 stars?
Well, Joe, Banks, and Frozen are all 9.
Yeah.
So then we're just gonna say Turban and Scat should be 10.5s if that existed.
And Zizu.
Oh yes, yeah, Zizu is really fucking.
I mean, I love my boys on Ram Ranch, and they're all super talented. But I think that they thrive when playing together.
Okay, you know what? That's
And
fair.
when you
That
start
is fair.
separating them out, it leads to miscommunications and frustration.
Yeah, they're like that. They're like, that game you guys play in League of Legends where if you put all the same of this whatever together, they get like a bonus because they're all the same tribe or whatever. I forget what it is. It's the chess. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, fine.
I do not.
It's the chess version. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. But I think Joe should be a 9.5 actually. But leave Banks in the other one.
I don't think
Well-
Joe should be a 9.5.
You don't
let's,
think that?
let's pick one at a time to talk about.
Okay.
So, do we think? I mean, so essentially, what we have right now, we have Sprackle, Jen, or Rage Ritual, and Joe on the same level right now in Shark. I think it's easy to pick out Joe's better than those two.
Well,
Yeah.
Jen's not rated for Shark.
Well, no, we just raised him because he's been winning at 8.5.
Well, he's rated for Terror and Spider.
Tear. Okay, that was a good point. And I'm seeing Hulk say he thinks Sprackle's an 8.5-star shark, which is interesting. If anything, I feel like Wilby and Mark are the ones that need to be brought up. I would actually put. Let me put it this way. I think Wilby and Mark are 9 stars. You can make a case that Sprackle is on the same level, but I don't think I think Wilby and Mark are better sharks than Sprackle. But I don't think it enough to drop Sprackle and raise the other two. I think they would all need to be in the same rating.
I think Sprackle rarely tries.
Didn't he win as a 9.5 a couple times in Shark?
I believe he has.
We can't drop Sprackle.
Fucking Anime Boy 12.
Let's go to it.
Here he is as a 9.5. He lost in
Anime Boy
quarterfinals.
12.
Oh, but this is...
Like, I think he's a 9-star.
Sprackle won as a 9.5, has won 3 out of 10 seasons in Shark with a 54% win rate in Shark. So there's no way we can drop him under 9-star, is what I think based on this.
I think he's a 9, and I also think fucking Wilby and Mark are 9s.
Okay, let's see the Wilby statistics. Wilby won as a 7-star.
So close.
Amazing.
I got
Congrats.
carried by Hulk.
48%. I think Wilby's a 9, but like Wilby screwed me over that one season when he was hungover. So I
think I screwed both of you over when I was hungover, by the way.
Let's get feedback from the chat. So, Wilby and Mark, I know Wilby, you have the conflict of interest right now, but looking at the current Shark ratings, I feel like Wilby and Mark are above Azaline, Violence, Omega. I think they're 9 stars.
yeah, and I mean let's throw some respect on Mark's TWLB title. Like I agree. If you've won TWLB recently, you should be a 9-star. Like,
But the win percentage is so low.
for Mark,
It's the
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same, and we're talking like it's a 6% difference from Sprackle, for example.
Wait,
It's a,
raw win percentage isn't the number one thing we should rate people based on?
well,
No,
I mean, what
no,
if you're on
you
a shit
facetious
season like
fuck.
that season that was on the-
You're telling me that those games that I just threw last season because my team was already losing and I showed up as a good teammate and that hurt my win percentage? That doesn't lower my rating?
I think, all right, I'm making the executive decision. These fuckers are 9 stars. You're not getting away with it that easy, Wilby.
I'm sorry, Gen X, I tried.
Wait, yeah, like I'm sorry, we can't have Gen X rated better than Wilby and Mark. Also, like they're
Well,
know what I
Gen
mean?
X, remember,
Gen X won TWDT.
As
But
an
he's-
8.5, that's cool.
but
Mark
he's-
won
he's-
TWLB. So did
Gen
you,
X is
Obi.
rated for tear, though. Like his 9-star is a tear. He's an 8.5-star shark. Still a great value at 9-star. I mean, if it works, and the spiders can mesh well with the team composition. But yeah,
Gen X's worst ship is Shark, according to Gen X. I think it's his best ship. Actually.
I think he's a great shark. I think he's a very good shark. I feel sad that he has to deal with toxic captains who won't be named. Okay. We bumped back up Wilby and Mark. This looks a lot better to me.
All right, I'm gonna go to bat in my own personal crusade here. Mithril 9.
You know,
Why is he 9.5? I mean, I'm all for rating other sharks higher than me because that means my relative rating is lower. But since we're bumping Mark and I up, let's take a look at some of these other ones above us.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
well,
need some
okay, let's-
feedback. I do
Let's
think
look at
so.
his stats.
Go ahead.
Mithril, lost finals.
What do you
45%.
mean? What do you mean? Mithril's a TWLB starter shark. So is me, Mark, Joe.
I played a TWLB.
I mean, looking at stats, he's got the 45% win rate as a 9.5. Let's go to the actual season stats real quick. Un momento.
I mean, he's a 10-star teammate, but I don't think that means we have to give him a hard rating.
So stats wise, he had less than 50% win rate last season as a 9.5-star shark. Finished rank 7 on the leaderboard, which is more heavily skewed towards kills. 4 techs. Let's see here, 2023. Finished number 6. 7 techs. Again, less than 50% win rate. 2023 winter, finished rank 13. I'm kind of listening to Wilby's argument right now. Just above 50% win rate. Techs were 4.
I'm okay with Mithril being a 9. Does anyone else have an issue with that in yellow?
So echoing what Wilby has said, I do think I am a better shark than Mithril. Not by much, but I do think the case could be made. And just in recent seasons from Mithril's TWDT profile, he's been very average as a 9.5-star shark.
I think you could be a 10 Dwappo.
That case could be made as well.
I also think Doppel could be a 10.
Why is Cape a 10? Not that he doesn't have the skill.
Because he's an elite terrier.
That's a terror.
But he's always
It's mostly
hungover.
terror.
Is he going to play at a 10-star level more than 1 week of the
All
season?
it takes is the one time he doesn't show up hungover. Plays good. I'm not rating people based on, where they fuck around at. I'm rating people at what they can be.
Yeah, but the difference is, will be you were hungover for 1 week of the whole season. I played with Cape. He has 1 or 2 good weeks out of the whole season. But he's a cat. So
Echo, I was hungover most of the season. I was just very, very hungover one game.
all right.
Interesting. I find it so Yellow Chat, at least from what I'm reading, they don't think so. They don't think Mithril's on the same level as Mark and Wilby, which is interesting to me. Very, very interesting. I think it's a lot closer than what I'm reading, sentiment-wise, in the Yellow Chat.
No offense to Yellow Chat, but can you pick out a TWL B caliber baser that's saying that?
Win percentage. So Liz, what are you referring to here, buddy?
He's goofing around there, but this is kind of, not to harp on win percentage as a raw stat, but his win percentage is lower than my terrible win percentage, and has fewer DT wins.
These are facts.
Okay, hold on. Let's see this. Mid-throw. Okay, well, let's consider, like, would you put Joseph in? Like, who would you pick over mid-throw and Joseph? Because I would pick Joseph.
You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if I would.
Oh,
I
that is
with-
big mid-throw.
with that
Ooh.
mindset, like with that perspective, I would put Mithril over Joe. I would pick Mithril over Joe. And it's close. It's really close, but I would still have to think about it. But I would probably pick Mithril. Mithril's a bit of a safer bet in my mind. So, okay, I'm gonna leave Mithril at 9.5 right now. We can revisit the 10 stars. We can talk about me bumping me up. Also, I'll let Wilby, if you want to, you lead that discussion. I'll listen.
I mean, I think you're good as a 9.5. Yeah, it's hard to judge sometimes because I think Shark's all about who the rest of your team is. But I've played like 3 competitive seasons with you, like of like DT or TWL, and we should have won that season on I think it was Orcas with Echo.
We did. We won.
We did, but
No. This is a different season of Orcas.
Oh.
This is the one that I was at my niece's baptism and wasn't able to get back in time.
I think
So
you were
Odor
with
stepped
Omega
in.
at that time. No.
No, this is. You make me pull up the season. I'll find
so
it.
my one piece of input here, looking at the current stars, is I actually think that Komodo should be a 9.5.
In Shark.
I think I'm so. This is my opinion, my perspective. I think I'm a better Shark than Komodo. When I'm not stoned out of my mind, which is only on Sundays for league matches. But I feel like Komodo is a 9.5.
I'd put you in Shark 10-star over Turbin, but I'm assuming his ratings for Spot.
I found the season. It's 2022 winter.
What happened?
I was unable to show for semifinals. God, there's a lot of fucking games. And we were all on Phoenix together, and you sharked with Odorous instead, and got stomped. My point is, we had a very good season together, and ended up
I'm
losing.
like 70 million times better in air than I was back then, too.
We played flappers together, and if it weren't for some untimely lag outs,
Hell yeah.
I maintain we would have won that TWL over Ram Ranch.
So I'm reading the feedback from the chat. I think I'm good to make the drop on Komodo. I'm gonna move Komodo down to a 9.5.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that, too. He's a 10-star job, though, right?
He's a 9.5,
Doesn't
but we're not doing Jav yet. Don't you dare talk
Okay.
about Jav.
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay. Going back to the Sharks. So then that leaves. I mean, so. All right. I'm gonna come because we're gonna have to talk about Terra in just a second. I think I'm good with Sharks. The ones that we need to talk about. I don't see anybody broken on the lowers. Well, okay. I know the topic of beam has been a hot topic as of late.
Are we gonna add a hard tax? Is the question. I think everyone wants to.
Well, if we do that, then we're going to have to apply it evenly, and there's a handful of names that I would love to call out for being the artards,
Yes.
and very deserving of the 0.5 increase. But let's go back to like skill-wise.
Okay, fine. We'll base the discussion purely on skill. For beam, we're talking about, right?
Yeah, for beam. And I'm going to go, let's look at some stats, some DT stats.
So my understanding of Beam and DT though is like
Beam
he
just
only
won
shows up
DT,
for
and he went up
TT1
half a
for
star. That's,
He
that's
did.
all that's all we need to do.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he did get the half-star increase already. He was last rated as an 8-star just over a year ago, probably a year and a half ago, really.
Yeah, and he
And-
whines until he gets dropped.
And he wasn't. Yeah, he didn't really play much, but he's never been higher than an 8-star.
I think
I
8's
think-
fine for him.
Yeah, like honestly, it probably is fine for him.
I think it's fine to keep him at 8-star. And I'd put him on the same level as Six Smoke.
But one thing I saw this suggestion from Cubo, and the thing of like, if somebody says they have, moving forward, probably not this season, but if somebody says they have a 20% show rate and they show for more than that, after that, we should tax their star rating.
Echo, as the new head of leagues, I think that is a wonderful suggestion, man. I really think that that is something that you could enforce on future leagues as the new head of leagues.
Do you want to know why you shouldn't do that?
Because Spooked One would have to code it and he'd hate me.
No, because then people wouldn't tell you what their show rate is. They'd only tell the captain that they want to draft them.
Okay, fine, Wilby, whatever. We'll table that until next DT. Okay, because we're not
That's
doing
good.
it.
But back to the suggestion, Echo. I think that is a wonderful suggestion, and I think as the new head of leagues, you have a lot to think about.
I told Dwapple all this like 4 years ago.
I forgot about all that shit, man.
Thank
Thank God, this is the last
Do whatever
one.
you want.
This is the last one. Okay, Sharks are in a good spot. We're in a good spot with Sharks. Let's go to Tear, and I want to bring in the 2 Tears that are rated 10 stars in the Shark category as well as the Spider category, just because that's their flat base rating. That is Turban and Cape. So Turban, obviously 10-star spied, and that's why he's got the 10-star rating. Cape.
Cape is really good. I just like. I feel like.
I
10's
think
a lot,
I think
but-
there's a case to be made that he should be a 9.5 star.
I think so too. Not
That-
based on skill, based on just how he likely is going to perform.
Cape was a 9.5 last season. He was
Okay.
on pure luck with me. We were a terrible team.
I think Cape is a 9.5 star. I don't know why the 10-star bump came about.
Who did that? Yeah.
I don't know. It's not important. But looking at previous stats, he probably hasn't been a 10-star in most recent history. Yeah, no, he has not been a 10-star in the most recent history of. The last time he was 5 years ago. 4.5 years ago, 2019 summer. And he played a total of 3 games and had 0 wins. Cape is a 9.5 star.
Yeah,
I'm
I agree.
making
Like
the
my
call.
first season I came back, he was 9.5 stars and he didn't get playtime even
Yeah.
at that rating at that time. I don't like he's capped, so he'll probably be able to play, but I feel like 9.5 is good for him.
I feel like 9.5 is good for him too. Okay, 9.5. Oh, I didn't want that. I want that. And I think that puts him back on par with, like, he could play any ship at 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Made that. Oh boy.
Dwap, did you see what Zid was saying about Beam and Sig?
No, I did not. What was it?
He's just saying that Sig is like clearly better than Beam. Sig should be 8.5. Beam is fine at 8. He was saying a couple different things about those two specifically.
Let's
Yeah, man,
see
I put
here.
Six Smoke in over Manol and like Clefairy. Oh wait, was that a spider rating we're doing? Okay. Like Six
I
Smoke
could
is
see
way better.
Sig at 8.5.
He's
Yeah, he's
definitely
better
the
than a
best
lot of
8.5
8.5.
in my opinion. Absolutely. Let's go to the stats real quick.
Oh, stats.
I felt like Sig was better as an 8 when we had Mark and I as 8.5s, but
So
Big
as
one
an,
as an 8-star.
yeah, as an 8.5, he had a slightly higher than 50%. I mean, he was ranked number 5 too, on the Shark leaderboard. Going back to 2023, he was ranked 10. He really struggled on Terrorist in 2023. And And then
On
as
a
an 8
successful
star,
team,
yeah.
he's an 8. On a successful team, he's an 8.5.
Yeah, and he
Or
excelled.
better.
He excelled at rated as an 8 star 2 years ago. I do think the case could be made that he's definitely the best 8 star right
He's
now.
also actually probably a top 8-5, even if you moved him. I put him and Omega would be Omega MVP would be the ones I would pick as the best 8-5s.
I'm fine with Sig as an 8.5. I think that's fair. Agreed? Everybody agree?
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old Siggy Smoke. Okay. 8.5. So that puts him on par as what he was rated last season. Okay. Revisiting this. Sharks are okay. Thank you for bringing that up, Raka. Looking back at tears, we've got 10-star Mickeys, 9.5 Cape. The 9 stars, I think, are evenly rated. Zizzo, Echo, and Rage Ritual. Draft. Is Draft an 8.5 tear? Fizy?
No, well, let's look at the stats.
Let's go back to Draft, and I'm going to actually bring in Rage Ritual's analysis here, too. So Fizy, he's got just below a 50% win rate, but weirdly better than Zizzo. Interesting.
I mean, raw win percent.
Zizzo has a weirdly low win percent based on what I've seen of him, but
Stats.
We're not
So
talking-
he struggled as an 8.5 star last season. He was on Pissman. I think Pissman just
That's a
struggled
bad team.
altogether. Yeah. I'm trying to go back to a season. So he did well on Power as an 8 star. Won 6 out of
Most of
7
his
games. Yeah. 2022 fall. 8 stars struggled on Terrorist. I think Terrorist just had a bad season that season. Dad Bods struggled as an 8 star. Interesting. So
I
going
think he's
back
on a lot
to-
of bad teams as part of the problem.
Sure.
I don't think he necessarily makes it a bad team.
Who would you put in between Draft and Spooked?
Spooked. But I'd put Draft in over Tiny Aprix Draft.
That's fair. I would choose the exact same.
I
I
would say it's pretty much in line.
Okay. Okay.
did Zizzy not sign up? Why is it?
He told me he's not signing up this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Just looking. So going back to the spiders, Coop, is he a 6.5 star spider? I just that name jumped out. Same with Booker. I don't think they get much play time, but I don't want to have like a broken 6 star.
I don't
Well,
feel like either of them are that into base. I mean,
I don't either, but
They have the
it's always
potential
tough.
to fuck it up though at that rating.
Anybody
have
at a
the potential
6.5
to
has
fuck it up.
potential to fuck it up,
Who?
but also like it requires them wanting to play.
Coop
We
had a
can't just make
30
a
and 40
minimum rating
record.
7. Yeah, that's not good.
That's
It was
not
in a
good.
win, which was
That's-
crazy.
That's not good at all. Yeah, I think he's fine at 6.5. The other one was Booker. I don't see any as a 6.5 star. I think he's fine. I think 6.5 is fine.
Wait, can we go back to Aprix? Because
Yeah.
Hulk said I think he's good at 8, but he is definitely the top 8-star pick, and I would maybe even put him in over Draft and Tear, to be honest.
Yeah, I like Aprix a lot.
I think he's fine. Yeah,
I think he's very
and I think he's
aggressive,
8-star.
which with a good team can be very effective.
Yeah, I think 8-star is fine for Aprix.
Or would you put Draft and Tear over Aprix at this
I would take the risk on Aprix personally.
and Draft is 8.5 is what I think Hulk
Yeah.
is. I guess it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think Aprix is broken at 8.5, and I like if Draft has a competent team around him, he can play like an 8.5.
But it's I think Aprix is better than Draft and Tear is what I'm saying.
I don't
It's
know
what
if I
Hulk is
I
saying.
don't know if I agree with that.
Wilby, what do you think?
I don't know. If the argument's where does Aprix belong, I think he's right in between 8 and 8.5, which is I think what we're all saying. Where exactly he falls on that line, I don't know if it's that big a deal.
It's not.
One thing we might want to keep in mind when we're talking about Terrier is that there are going to be 9 teams, which means we have 9 starting spiders.
Are we going to have 9 teams? Speaking of which, all you
Big question
42 viewers, we need a 9th captain. Raka has put the feelers out. Don't be shy. We need a 9th captain. I think we absolutely have the ratings, the player ratings, and the number of player signups to justify a 9th team. But we are looking for a captain that is of similar skill caliber as the other 8 so far.
What's up, Lockdown?
Lockdown here? Lockdown? Nice, okay. So, base ratings. Are we good with base ratings? Are we good to switch over to Jav in Warbird?
Do we have Javs and Warburgs here? Yeah.
Olrak is here, and if Lockdown is in, maybe Raka, you can Oh my god, Jesus, man.
Sorry,
man,
my theme music played automatically.
The man doesn't know how to use a calculator, but he's got the soundboard figured out for Discord, and I'm just beside myself right now. I just don't know what to think about this.
I need like Dreamwind or Bombed or somebody. Turban.
You need a good dueler.
Let's get him in here. The TW staff Discord, get your ass in here. Calling all Warbirds and Javs. Not all, but the ones who aren't shy, but get in here. We need one more. Raka needs help.
Tiny wants to be lowered in base.
Oh god, Tiny's gonna join. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Tiny's about to show up.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
he's gonna just take over the whole conversation about why he's a 9-star in Jav, and literally nobody has said he's a 9 yet. Turban said 9.5.
Oh my god, look at
no.
god, dude.
Alright.
Dude, dude, I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna call Tiny's wife and
Dream's
ask him to
over.
go and grab him. Take him to the couch. Tiny's on mute. God, he's fucking pop over there, dude. He's probably chatting, having a conversation by himself. Doesn't even know
Oh,
he's
I
on mute.
was. I actually
fucking
totally
knew it.
was.
Oh, no.
Fucking knew it. Wow, shocker.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Oh, wait, is this PG or what?
We're on Twitch, dude. You can say whatever you want. Actually, don't do that. That was a joke.
No, don't.
We can say shit. We can say fuck though.
Tiny's been banned like 2 or 3 times in the last month on Call of Duty for saying crazy shit.
Ah.
I got the 1-day ban, the 3-day ban. I'm up to the 2-week ban.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
the one thing that I did see in Jav is Yay, whatever the hell. He needs to be probably bumped down to a 9. I think he's a little inflated at this point. At one point he was really active, he was doing well, but he's been really inactive for a long time. I don't even know like what he's not on par with the 9.5s right now, I don't think.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
Tiny.
I'm dropping
down.
Jav talk. See you guys.
Alright.
Peace
later.
will be. Thanks for the input, bro.
Bro, Tiny, I'm not exaggerating, has sent me probably over 100 texts in the last 2 days about
Those
why
are for Call of
he's-
Duty. Those are for Call
about
of Duty.
why he's a 9-star Jav, and not a single person has agreed with him yet. So
Dreamwind did. Halfway.
he said 9.5.
No. Read the whole thing.
He said you're probably a 9 right now, but as soon as the season starts and you play like 1 or 2 games, you're a 9.5.
Yeah, and I guess I could shit in one hand, put my hopes in the other, and see which one fills up faster.
It's so stupid.
I mean, honestly, you're rating people. A lot of people's complaints are being rated on their potential or what they were, but you have to take into consideration what is.
Well,
and, you know what I mean? Like I
So
didn't even-
profoundly said.
oh god,
I didn't even want to play at
that
all.
actually gave me a headache a little bit.
You texted me to play. We bring these people back, and then I don't know.
Yeah, but
I heard Echo talking about giving people that come back from hiatus, the benefit if people are on the
okay.
fence.
You play
I do
every
that-
season, Tiny. I'm talking about like the 5 years.
I do this when like Mega Man came back from like a really long hiatus one time, and then you're kind of like, all right, well, you kind of have to use like a judgment call there. Like you're not just gonna give him a 10, even though like you probably was a 10 at one point. But like with you probably just the game has not been like super active over the last like year or so. So I mean, for me, I always think like, will like the league potentially be broken if you move a player to a certain rating? And in your case, like it could
Nope.
potentially break Jav, I feel like.
Myth's better than me. Rampage is better than me.
Rampage is really good.
Rampage
And
is
there-
really good.
I just did this. I like the way you guys did this work. You guys did really good work on this. I like to see everything. By the way, just throwing that out there. Seeing the people on your level, and I proposed the question of who would pick me at 9.5, and I guarantee you nobody would pick me out of the 5 people listed at 9.5.
I'd pick you over Cape.
You're a dirty liar.
I would,
No.
because you at least care more than him.
No, Cape's actually capping, and he's going to be playing a lot, and
I hope he picks me then.
there you go. and I even said, take it a next step
Okay.
further, who would pick me over, Mithril or Rampage? And again, I wouldn't even be the top pick. So I just, when
think
you're
Myth-
visualizing,
Yeah.
I think at 9 you would probably be considered one of the better. I mean, definitely one of the better 9s.
I mean-
if not the best 9.
exactly, I'd
so-
be one of the better, not the best. So
you might
if-
be the best, Turb.
I don't
Turb,
know.
I need
I don't
Turb
know.
to join, man.
It's a toss up between
Turb
Tiny,
said you would be
Mithril,
the
and
best
Rampage.
Turb always says that because isn't he capping?
I think Dreamwind would probably say that too, and Zid would probably say that too. Yeah, that's the thing. I agree with what Turban just said.
Yeah.
Like Myth definitely is very solid. I think that he's like a legit 9-star Jav, but yeah, I would say Tiny probably has more carry potential in Jav than somebody like Mithril, or even like Yi or any of the other 9s.
I mean, maybe at one point before. No, hey, does Sword want to bring this up in pub chat? Ask him if he wants to bring
No,
this up in pub chat.
We're not derailing the ratings conversation. God
Zid
damn it.
Zid is saying the issue is Myth at 9. It's skewing like the rest of our opinions, like on who should be what at 9.95, and he thinks that Myth should be a 9.5 in Jav.
So looking at last season's stats, Mithril was a 9-star. Both he and Cape were, and both finished top 10. Cape was number 10, Mithril was number 7.
Oh wow. Okay.
And actually very, very comparable stats.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Cape is 9.5. Well, okay, if that's the case, then yeah, Cape. If Cape is 9.5, then Myth definitely should be 9.5 for sure.
Okay, so we've got one ratings change so far. Myth getting bumped to 9.5.
I don't know how-
and I don't know if you did it already, but Yi should probably be moved down to 9 if you haven't already in Jav.
I did. Actually, I'm
Okay.
going to start another tab here so I can keep the tiers on one and then the ratings changes in another.
All right, I think that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, because now it does make more sense for Tiny to be the 9.5.
Yeah, now I'm not. I'm tied, probably close to last place. Thank you.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, but no,
Tiny
Cape
does
actually.
this every season, no matter. I honestly don't even remember what Tiny's ratings have been in the last like couple of years. I just know I've had the
The
same
same.
conversation with him every year.
They've been the same forever,
Oh,
a long
God.
time. I just like to complain about it. But
Oh,
actually,
God.
Cape the season prior carried us to playoffs, and then showed up to finals and drunk, and we got rocked.
That was a hard season, man. I remember. RIP.
he
All right,
was
I
like
like.
he was like 2.0 KD.
All right,
I think
let
we
me
lost
look for
every
real
single
fast.
playoff match that day. That was a rough
Mm.
day.
It
Rough day.
was bad.
Does Turb and Dreamwind have their like your Twitch pulled up? Because the layout here is nice. Like
Turban.
I'm not-
They're playing. I think they're playing.
okay, because I'm not really seeing like broken people here.
They're both playing. Yeah.
I feel like
Singer
feel like
at 8 is broken.
Singer at 8. Well, he actually got bumped down. He hasn't played in a long time.
Stop it. He plays Hockey League. He knows how the freaking keys work.
He was online 2 days ago.
He
Yeah.
plays Hockey Zone a lot, but he hasn't played Trench Wars in a long time.
Let's go back to DT, see when the last time was. I think it was. I mean, it's been a hot minute.
I mean, if we make him a 7, is he gonna show up though? You know?
I mean, but that's not what we're doing
Well,
here. So stats wise,
Zid also thinks he's broken at 8.
his last game he was a 9. He was a 9-star, but his last game was 2021 summer, and he went 1-5. And I suspect he was also 0.5 taxed.
I think, I think Turbin was the one that was suggesting to bump him down, but I mean, I would be fine with him at 8.5. I can't see him being like a 9.
As a
Yeah,
9-star on Unknown 25 back in 2020, he played 4 games, won 4 games, and had 47 kills to 25 deaths. That was as a
Holy
9-star. I do think it is warranted to bump him back up to an 8.5.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be at least at 8.5. Now I'm debating between
Singer?
I just think that the other
Yeah.
9s would definitely outclass him right now. Like if you added any of the other 9s, let me see.
No, 8.5 is good.
Yeah, Singer 8.5 seems reasonable. I mean, he might be on the better side at 8.5, but he might legit be unplayable at 9 right now. I don't know.
Who, Singer? No, you can't move him to 9. 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5 is fine.
Yeah. I'm not. Oh, no wonder. One sec. Okay, Singer's 8.5 now.
All right. I wanted like Dreamwin or Turb or Zid. I think Zid may be looking. But like just kind of glancing through, I don't. It's very hard for me to say like, oh, this guy's broken at like 7-star. But for like 10, 9.5, 9, those all look reasonable. The only person, like Creature and Kato, they haven't played in a little while, but I feel like they're in the same boat as Tiny. As like as soon as they play like one game, they'll be on like 9-star level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Creature
Yeah.
came back for round 2 of finals. Was Rusty round 3? He was MVP, and we won. Like,
Yeah, Creature's solid.
yeah, we dropped.
I think any of the people that are 10, 9.5, and 9, if we bump anybody down in those brackets, that they would become broken. So I feel like those are all good. I don't really see anybody off the top of my like first glance at 8.5 that should be bumped to 9. And then it gets tougher for me between like the 6s and 8s. But I'm not seeing anybody that's like broken that's standing out to me at all. Do you guys see anybody that's like of concern there?
I haven't looked at this. I'm skimming it.
Trying to look
A lot,
too. Like
a lot of borderline 8.5s to 9s though. You see,
Yeah, like
Looks like
who
you
are the
guys don't-
strongest?
looks like you guys dumped a lot of 9s down to 8.5s.
So like from the top. So Lockdown was an 8.5 last season, and that was on your team, Tiny, for pure luck. He finished number 6 with a 1.31 KD, which is, I mean, comparable to OKO. OKO's, I think I saw. So they're both 8.5.
So
It's
this
hard
would
to
be a
say.
situation where, like, if we compare Lockdown to the other 9s, where does he kind of?
I mean,
rank?
stats-wise, from just looking last season, like Lockdown had a better performance than Mithril, but we just bumped Mithril back to 9.5.
Yeah. All right. I mean, all right.
But
Mithril's
let me
presence
look.
is difference.
And Lockdown finished as an 8.5. He finished top 10 in the last 2 seasons, and it's kind of
What was his
comparable.
rate?
He didn't play that season. 2022 fall.
Why did you guys bump Fury Fire to 9?
I thought that he was rated really highly back in the day. I mean, at one point,
No,
he was easily a 9.
He's very good. I'm just
Right.
saying why now? Has he played a lot since last season?
Yeah, he's been playing a lot. He's been playing a lot of MMR. He's on the name D Rose.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying because his stats in lockdown stats are very similar. Actually, lockdowns.
How
I'm
do
kind
you
of
see the
go ahead.
rankings for MMR? Is there a link for like MMRJ of rankings like
No,
this?
but we can look at previous records. So let me go find.
Like Fiery Fire has played 204 Jav MMR games since we like reset the bot.
So here's what we can do. So we can look at his previous
Uh,
performances in Jav. So on stream now, this is his TWD profile, recent games, everything from JD, and these are all the MMRJ games.
Yeah, I think he's 9-star caliber, like a legit 9.
yeah, I would say so too.
I mean, I'm seeing he dropped 17, 22, 15, 18.
I was just saying lockdown stats were actually better.
Lock is
Fires.
probably a 9. If
What?
we're kind of like keeping everything similar, like if we're keeping everybody on the same like playing field, obviously, like not Lock should probably be bumped to a 9.
I guess it depends on if we're playing to people's potential or if we're playing based on stats or if
Well,
we're, you know what I mean.
it's kind of
Okay.
like a mix. It's like a
Let's-
judgment call, kind of.
Let's ask this question. So, would you add Lockdown or Mithril? Who would you add between Lockdown and Mithril and Jav?
Like if ratings weren't a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Myth for sure.
Yeah, all day.
Okay. Who would you add?
But didn't we? What did we bump Myth to? We
It's a
9.5.
9.5.
Myth got
okay,
9.5.
yeah, okay.
Who would you add between Rampage, Fiery Fire, and Lockdown?
That one's tough. Rampage and Fiery Fire have played a lot of MMR, so
Yeah, I would pick Rampage or Furry Fire.
it's tough. Hulk is saying Lockdown. I mean, I've seen Lockdown play like a handful. I feel like he's played a couple of TWLJ games and shit. He's played a lot of draft tournament games. 2 people have said Lockdown so far. Bombed and Hulk. I don't know, man. That one's a closer call. And Rampage and Fiery Fire are 9s. I feel like we should throw Lockdown at 9. I think that's fair.
I think it's fair we lowered his spider. Be way too good value if we lower him in both.
Who,
All
Lock?
right.
Yeah, lock.
Lockdown's a 9.
I think that's fair. By the way, I don't know if anyone else talked to Dad, but I think he got bumped up in base. I don't know what his basing rating is. And he was complaining because he said he just gets benched every season at his previous rating, and then he got bumped up apparently. I haven't like pulled up the stats or anything.
Trying to look.
When
Um,
I talked to Dad one time, and he was just like, I got the impression he wanted to be raised. Not that I'm the one who changed his rating, but he was like, oh yeah, like maybe I'll be a 6.5 or 7, whatever he was. Was he always a 6-star and then we made him 6.5?
Let me see what he was last season.
Yeah.
I've like anytime that I've like spoke to him about that, I've got the impression that he doesn't get added at whatever rating he's at, and
so
then
he was
apparently he got
last
bumped.
season. So 2023 fall, he was a 6-star, and he went 1.43 KD, like, which is pretty good. I mean,
He's always the broken 6-star that is a
he
Dane
is. Yeah, he is.
pick.
And what is
That's
he
important.
rated right now in base?
And even as we dropped him. I think he was a 6.5. I think he's a 6.5.
No, I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I think he's a 6.5.
All right.
So he just last season was different too because I think a lot of people just got benched because it was that type of season. I wish Dad would sign up again.
Yeah, you got to convince him he's online right now.
Dad,
Really?
Dad,
Give
Dad,
him your
if you're
best pitch.
If you're listening,
Dad!
man, Dad, if you're out there, come back
That
to the
would be
grocery
great.
store, or the corner store, but then also sign back up for DT. Thanks, Dad. Love you.
I honestly, I think it's obviously more important for the higher rated Jevs, and obviously you don't want any like 6 to 8 stars to be broken, but I feel like this list looks pretty fine right now. We still have a week if there's like, I don't know, if we decide that like there's a random 6.5 that should be 7 or something like that. But I think that from like 8 upwards looks really solid to me. Not to say that 6 through 7.5 isn't solid, but I don't see anybody that's like broken in any of those brackets right now.
Trying to see, man, dude, Cripple. I wish Cripple was online so I could talk shit about him.
Oh man, he's in him and Tiny. I don't know who gave me more messages.
Dude, I sent him. I sent every single person who DM'd me directly to the public channel MMR ratings discussion.
I just had a macro, and I had a macro set that said Dwapple did the ratings this season. I had nothing to do with them.
This fucking guy. God, this fucking guy. God, I can't wait to quit being staff.
Damn, Warbird is going to be tough to do.
Okay, so
I wish Myth was on.
Let's go through and let's make sure there's nobody broken in the jab, and then we can move on to Warbird.
Off the top of my head, I don't see. I'm really scanning through the 8.5 and 8s because I feel good about 10, 9, 5, and 9. But all these people, I'm like, oh, like if we bump it up, will they be broken? If we bump them down, will they be broken? They all look pretty reasonable to me.
Why is Raw an 8?
He probably hasn't played in a long time. He plays SVS and stuff and Hockey Zone.
He has terrible stat. He shouldn't be an 8 in Jeff.
I think he actually got dropped down. We can take a look real quick. Ra, he was an 8. Yeah, he was an 8 last season.
In Jab.
You're saying
he's not.
You saying he
He's a
should be lower?
7.5. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look. See,
He's not on the same page as Gaio or I wouldn't pick him. I mean, I like him, but I don't think he's.
He's an 8.
Everyone in this list. Everyone on this list is like very active and plays other leagues, or just good at Jeff.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. Like I said, we still have like a week, and I'm sure.
I actually agree with that. I think he's fine at a 7.5. He doesn't get much playtime. He didn't get playtime as a 7.5 as is, and the few games he did as an 8, they were not anything spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. We still have a full week. I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 other little tweaks along the way.
Yeah, okay. 7.5. Okay. Looking back at the list. Anybody stand out who looks like they would be broken at the current ratings?
Me.
MVP at 6.5 for some reason seems a little. I don't know what his record is or rating.
I don't think he's been. I don't think he actually is.
I think he sat on 6.5 for like seasons after season.
Isn't that that's Afghan, right?
Yes, yeah. And yeah, he did not get added last season as a 6.5. Okay. As a 7-star, ooh, he went 16 and 44 on bunnies. Nothing spectacular as a 7-star.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, I think he's fine as 6.5.
All right. Yeah, I think if anything is really out of place, we'll hear about it before the draft.
Trying to see here, anybody.
I think everything's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey, can we bring back low star packages?
Okay.
Packages.
I've spoken with Dad, and he would like to be re-added because I.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude,
so happy.
Dad is back. Dad's back. What?
He's back.
What? Let's go.
Please draft me on the same team as Dad.
But he's 6'5". Dad, you're 6'5". Don't you think otherwise?
Hey, that was a serious question though. Low star packages. It would
What, for the
definitely
draft towards the end?
it would definitely decrease the length of the draft.
Tiny, I have a question for you. We need a 9th captain real bad.
Fuck no! I just got like, took it right in the ass in 2
Would a,
leagues.
would a 9-star in Jav incentivize you?
Absolutely.
You would cap at that point.
I'm okay
You'd be
with
such
that.
a dickhead.
If you give me a 9 Jav and a 7.5 tear like I should be, I'll cap.
Oh my god!
Okay,
Look at
dude,
look at this guy.
Dude, we
can't have both.
we offer an inch and he's taking all
Yeah,
of
look
Europe,
at this
man. What the
fucking
fuck?
guy.
I mean, I have good arguments for both of those, and I didn't say
Oh
anything
my
about
God.
Warbird. I'm just saying.
Listen, the
Bro,
fact that you tried to one up this deal is a shit argument in and of itself. Okay, Dad is back, and here you are trying to fucking take
yeah.
more
Hold on,
than what
hold
we're
on, hold
offering.
on. Hulk
You're
is backing
stealing
me
the
up. Hey,
shine.
Hulk has spoken, guys. So
No,
fair
he's
enough.
not.
I'm looking at the chat.
Tiny 7 point. Here's the
Dude.
thing: you can't get 7.5 in tear and 9 in jab.
Yeah, fuck
Like,
no.
can't give you
Dude,
both times.
dude. All Tiny's looking at right now is anywhere where his name is mentioned, and it's a lower rating than he currently has. That is
Yeah,
all
and
Tiny's
the
looking
be-
at, dude. You're
Bro,
you're
and the
fooling
best-
nobody.
He ignores the other 10 comments that are like, nah, I
Exactly.
disagree with Tiny. He
Exactly,
just finds
dude.
the one comment that agrees with him.
I'm just saying, next demo just dropped like a 35 and 3, and I just went like 15 and 10. Just throwing
Tiny-
it out there.
You're saying that just from last season where it wasn't that good, but I'm in the exact same boat as you, where I was on Violence's team and I had like basically the same type of season as you did. And I wouldn't say that like I should be bumped down to a 9.
Well, last season I went 0 and 4, and I think I had more deaths than Mickey's did all season.
Oh, you're talking about base. My bad. I was talking about Jav.
No. I've given up that. That's part of the Captain Perks. I by the way, I went 74 and 40 in tear, 0 and 4. That's
God,
that's 8-star caliber in my opinion.
making me nauseous.
You are an 8-star. Thank you for reaffirming that. Okay, good. Moving on.
I think Warbird's going to be a little difficult if we don't have at least like Vice or Myth or somebody else on here.
I'd be useless.
Maybe even Lockdown.
I can't help you guys with Warbird, so I'm gonna. And Joey's texting me, so I need to go.
Oh my God.
Can we get one of those
I'll hit you up
Jagaloons
shortly.
online here to
Yeah,
do
can we
some-
get one of them?
Dude, even
There's
Vice.
Vice is playing right now. What about Locke? Where is he? Let's see.
Hey,
So-
thanks losers for doing this. You guys put in a lot of good work, but I'm
Hey.
going to dip.
Thanks.
All right, I'm gonna hit you up about being a captain
yeah,
later.
thanks, 9th Captain Tiny. See you later, bud. Love you.
it ain't happening. Hey, seriously, you guys did like more work this season than in a lot of seasons, so good job.
It was
Thanks,
all Dwap.
man. It was all Dwapple. Dwap's been carrying this one.
Dude,
And,
we're going out with a bang, just like you should too, Tiny. Thanks,
No,
Dark.
hey, listen, I'm gonna
Tiny.
sign me up, first one on the list for next season, and then I won't play till then, and then maybe you guys will give me fair ratings.
Oh my God.
Dude,
That's
I hate
funny.
this guy. Get out of here.
Tiny's like the ultimate complainer somehow.
All right, later.
All right, later.
Later.
Yeah, Warbird's gonna be a little tough. I don't know. Do you want to like scroll up to Warbird and maybe I can just take a
Yep,
peek at
yep.
like
While
the
you're doing that,
10-9-5.
take a little gander. I'll give you more room to gander it. While we have everybody still listening in, next Sunday, a week from today, is the player draft. I have a family obligation. I will not be here. Usually I'm the one that's doing the streams to host this, but any of you guys with interest that have interest in setting up a Twitch, we need somebody to host the draft stream. I think we've had a few people in the past who have done that for us. But please, if there is any interest, we need somebody to stream the draft. It's quite simple and straightforward. We'll have somebody from staff to help kind of coordinate everything within the arena itself. But if you are interested in streaming the draft, please reach out to me directly, and I can give you edit permissions. Once we get there to the draft sheet, super simple to be able to just listen to the captain picks, stream, and help us out. We do need someone to host that. Otherwise, it's just going to be lame and boring.
agreed. Retweet.
TK Banks Vice. I feel
Echo.
like Vikings out here asking for subscriptions. Like, hold on.
We gotta incentivize everybody to do things these days. We're gonna
I'll
sub to
give
Vice's
I'll give
channel.
him $1.
Dude, if there's any incentive, it's the fact that we have 62 people online right now, and I've got 48 viewers. SS is not dead. Subspace is not dead. Trench Wars, long live Trench Wars, is not
We're
dead.
back.
We're back.
All right, real quick. None of the 10 warbirds. I don't think any of that's debatable. The only one who I really feel should be bumped from a 9-5. Well, actually, I feel like there's two arguments for the 9-5s. I think OKO should definitely be a 10. Just because he's been ridiculous. He does the stuff where he's like, oh, I don't know what my show rate's gonna be, and then he shows up and just like dominates Warbird. It's fucking annoying.
Where's he been?
And then
Last online 10 days ago. But go ahead,
yeah,
sorry.
but he does this every time. Watch when the draft starts. I guarantee you. Bike 9.5. He's another one. Like you might be able to argue that Bike can be bumped down to 9 at this point.
Yeah, right?
At one point he was really active and he was playing really well. Like he was like borderline 10 at one point in time. I think he might be more like 9-star-ish now. But this is why I wish like Myth or Vice or somebody was on so I could bounce it off of them too. I'm sure they'll give input when they actually see the list. Because there's like really 3 people on 9.5 that could be talked about. Bombed, you could maybe make an argument for a 10. I think OKO you could make an argument for 10. And Bike, I think you could argue 9.
Holy smokes, we need one more Warbird in here, because I'm not a Warbird, and I heard a few of those recommendations, and it gave me a little bit of the ick.
Yeah, I'm also.
Dude, Racket is in here drowning right now. Somebody, come throw him like one of the floaties, a pull floaty.
Oh man,
One of you Warbirds out there, please.
that's the second time somebody said that to me this week.
What, the ick or the floaties?
Yep, both.
Wow, dude, how's it feel?
Has Bombi played at like LD team though? I know he does well now. He's really good.
Bombed was the
Oh.
number 1 Warbird last season at 9.5.
Yeah, right?
He has to be bumped to a 10. He went
I'm
174, 121. I think that team won. I
Dude,
don't remember.
Yo, he did. Well, okay, I'm looking at. So we've got the leaderboards up on the right, and he crushed it.
Yeah, he has to be a 10. I mean, look at, and then OKO right there at 4, who also crushed it. I mean, his obviously isn't as good as Bombed, but Bombed was like ahead of the rest last season.
Okay. I mean, you're like premier Warbird of the zone, so if you think it, I support it.
I mean, he just
Okay.
if
Let's go
anybody
back.
was in that slot with that
Let's go back
record,
through
you
some
just
recent-
have to.
some recent stats. So Bombed finished number 1. Bombed finished number 21. Sheesh, on bunnies, but that was bunnies. 2023, he finished number 4 as an 8.5. That's what warranted the bump to. I mean, he's been raised 1 star over the past basically year.
Bombed.
Yeah, Bombed.
He's been active. He's been really active. And he's done well in all the leagues that he's played. I know that he's done well in like the cups and stuff like that. I think he was in the finals. I don't know if his team won. Was his team in the finals last draft tournament? Let me see. I feel like he was. Oh, they won. Yeah, they won. And he's got to be bumped. He was a 9.5. He killed the regular season, won the league.
All right.
He dropped 21 kills in finals in the cup and lost. Yeah, he's got to be a 10.
I think he's a 10. Raka has spoken.
I agree. I have no. But
Yeah, I would. I mean, for OKO, I wish that like Myth or Vice or somebody was in here because that one is a little bit more like debatable. But I feel like Bike going to 9 is safe at this point.
I agree with that actually. As a non-warbird, that I think that's fair. Okay. We'll lower
Nope.
bike. Okay. Bike has been dropped.
Oh wait, Dwap. I know
Huh.
we're on Warbird. Did you see this comment about Minilooker and Jav on your stream?
Yeah. Well, I did see that, but Minnow, what is he rated as right now? I'm sorry, I'm trying to find him in Jav. And why is this? I don't know why that's.
Minilooker.
Damn, this got. One sec. Someone got fucked up real quick. One sec, sorry. And how is that not? Ah, no wonder. Sec, let me fix this.
Who's
We're gonna be short on 9.5s. Damn. Yeah, I'm seeing like a bunch of like debatable people in Warbird.
Okay, going back to your comment, Echo Minnow Vager. He is rated as a 7 right now. That's broken, I think.
I'm trying to like look up his.
I can. Let me. Actually, I'll pull up his TWD profile. One sec. Minnow. Jav. So here's his Jav. Yeah.
Okay, rating. I'm gonna check his MMR rating too.
I think
I
he's. What is he? Yeah.
He's 1538. Yeah, make him a 7.5. I'm not even that.
I think he's a 7.5. Yeah. Rack, are you good with that? 7.5 for Minnow Vager.
In Warbird?
And
Jav.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with that. I trust you guys. Didn't look at a single thing.
Perfect.
Okay, that's not what you're supposed to say on the rating stream, Raka.
I thought I was muted.
Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah, there's a lot of debatable Warbirds now that I'm like looking at this list. Like Creature, Turban, you could probably make arguments for both. I think Creature probably would lean more towards 9.5.
Creature Warbird 9.5?
Yeah,
I'm trying to see recent
there's a lot of
stats.
debatable people here.
Creature had a rough time on Cloud as a 9-star.
Oh
Only
my
went 22 and
god.
16. That's not that. But he didn't play many games.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Let's see here. But he was way down there. Creature, he didn't play last season.
Like he's played TWLs. I think he played like the Cups.
Yeah. Man, he hasn't played in a while. Let's go
He's
back.
really only played like Hockey Zone and
Creature
TWL.
stats. We'll pull this out just a little bit more.
That was a couple years ago at this point, which is crazy.
So
All right,
he
just
didn't even play. Yeah.
Leave him at 9 for now. There's gonna be so many debatable people though. Like Ruff at 9 is standing out to me now. He might be more 8.5.
Let's go to rough. So on Hayes, he didn't play very often. He was a 9-star. He went 5 and 11. So as a sub,
Yeah.
he went 5 and 11. 2023 didn't play as a 9-star. Yeah, again, 9.5. Yeah, he didn't play as a 9.5 on Outlaw in 2022. Same as a
He got
9-star.
bumped. Yeah, so he was a 9. Yeah.
I think the last time he had a meaningful season was as an 8.5-star in 2022
Yeah.
on your team Win or Die, and that's pretty average. I mean, like KPD 1 through 3.
Yeah, and
That's like
I
right
think he
smack
won
dab
that
in the
season,
middle.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I think that he's standing out there. Like I don't think belongs with the other names on that list right now.
Yeah. Bumping Rough down to an 8-5.
Deal.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Who else we looking at here?
All right, let me look at the list. Bacon is always tough because he plays like sporadically and then will just do really well out of nowhere. So I guess I kind of feel like he's good there, that he's more of a judgment call. Like I don't know if like the stats will support it, but I feel like he's okay at 9. Sprackle's kind of like in a similar boat where like he won't show up and then all of a sudden he'll get active and be as good as the 9s basically. Who was saying, somebody said Burnt at 9 is weird and Razzie at 9 is weird? I think that was Hulk.
Let's see here. Let's see, Razzie. Razzie was a 9-star on Ronaldo's, and he finished last season as ranked 35. He only had 2 games. Looking more recently, he was an 8.5-star in 2023. Finished as a number 6 Warbird, but he only had like a 1.2 KD.
Got it. Did they win that season on Power? Did they win that season? Can you click on matches and see if they were in the finals? You should be able to click
Yeah.
matches.
Yeah. They
Yeah, they won.
did
Yeah.
win. They did win.
That's the thing. Like that's why people got bumped because it probably felt like a cakewalk for them, and he was an 8-5.
Yeah, and I'm going back earlier seasons. He was a 9. Didn't really get played as a 9. I think you can make a case to drop him to 8-5. What you think?
I'm just like debating. See, like now I wish I could be like, I wish I could ask Mithril and Vice what they thought. Because he's very borderline. Like we may have to like leave a couple guys on the side. Like I want to ask them because there's a couple already. Like OKO, I want to ask. Razzie. I don't know if he becomes broken at 8-5. I guess for now, like it supports to drop him to 8-5, but I want to like ask them about him because we may have to just move him back to 9. To be honest, I would say to move him to 8-5 for now, just based on everything we just saw.
Okay. I'm dropping Razzie to 8-5.
For now. I think like it's more clear of an argument for Ruff, like than Razzie.
I would keep Razzie at 9. I don't know anything about Burnt. That's my thoughts, and I'm tearing.
8-5. I put him back
I
to
gotta
8-5
harass
for
one
now.
of them to get on. But can you scroll up a little bit on your screen,
Yeah,
Bob?
sorry. So Fiery Fire is messaging me about his Warbird rating too. I'm trying to see. Let's see here. Fiery Fire. He finished number 21. He finished. Looks to be right. And maybe towards the bottom half of the 8-5s. I don't know if that justifies. I mean, he finished 65 and 68 KD. What's his MMR?
He's right in between 3 other 8-5s though. He's in between Sarger, Tiny, Sword, and they're all very similar playing
What is
field right
Tiny
there.
at? Is Tiny an 8-star Warbird?
Let me see.
No, he's an 8-5. Yeah, Tiny's an 8-5.
Yeah, I feel like he's on par with them.
I think so too. I don't think he's misrated. Yeah, finished with similar stats as Sword, who's also 8.5. I think 8.5 is a fair rating for Warbird.
Yeah, if anything, Sarger like had the well, I don't know. They're all similar. They're all really similar. I think
Uh,
Vice might jump on. It's harder for me to distinguish. Like if I look at like a 6-star, it's hard for me to be like, oh, he should probably be like 6.5 or whatever. But for me, I think it's like I want to make sure that the 8s through 10s are solid, and obviously like nobody like super broken between 6 and 7.5.
that's the focus for the 6 through 7.5. It's like let's find people. We want to make sure that there's like there's somebody who's just not absolutely dog shit broken.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, that scared me, bud.
Scare
Vice.
you. A lot of people are scared of the goat, but don't you worry.
Listen,
Yeah, dude.
wait, who,
The English goats, man, they're nothing to fuck with.
Vice, would you say OKO was a 9.5 or a 10 in Warbird?
9.5.
Would you say Rainbow Seeker and Dak are 9.5s?
No, I would say rainbow. Well, I'll say Dakar. I'd say rainbow's 10.
Rainbow's a 10, you think?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Look at
one's
him,
tougher.
his ratings.
Raka,
Like, so
do
you
you
would-
do you regret inviting Vice in the voice chat now?
that one's tougher. The thing with Rainbow, he puts a lot of pressure. But he's willing to die out super fast. Like all the other 9s on the list don't play like that whatsoever. I mean, of course, there's rounds where that happens, but like Rainbow will consistently do that pretty much every single round, and then he's just like out. He's like out of the
Who are
game.
the
Like half.
10s?
It's E, Saiyan, Bombed, Mithril, you, Lockdown, me, Iron.
So I wouldn't say lockdown's a 10. I'll say he's a 9.5.
He's like always on the border. Like we bump him up, bump him down. You'd say Lock's a 9.5 right now?
Yeah, he's not played for a while.
I mean, I'm fine with that. But the thing is, if we bump him to a 9.5, I think it makes more sense for OKO and Rainbow and Dak.
Yeah,
to all
yeah, I
be 9.5.
agree. I agree. Yeah.
All right, I'm more fine with that then.
So we're dropping Lockdown. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Doing that on the other screen.
And now, like a bunch of these 9s I feel like are gonna be contested. Like Vice, would you say Turban is a 9 right now in Warbird?
Yeah.
Cripple 9,
Yeah.
Bacon 9.
I've not seen him play for ages. I'll probably go 8.5 just for the fact he's not played for seasons. I think he had one good season and then he got bumped back up.
The problem with him and Sprackle, I was just saying, are in the same boat. They're both rated 9s right now, and I think it's
Okay.
because they
He had a good season. I mean, Sprackle, I think when I was on Fish, he was like a really good co-pilot. Do you know?
Yeah, like-
he was a good support player.
they like don't show up, and then all of a sudden they get active, and they're playing at like a 9-star level fairly quickly. So it's like tough with them because it's like if you put them at an 8.5, and then they start playing every game, they're going to be the most broken 8.5s. I feel like.
Yeah, true.
Would you say Rasak, whatever, Beam, Burnt, Tanzu, Bike, and Flu are all 9s?
Yeah, I mean, Bike's borderline. He was seeing him
Okay.
play the other day, and he went that good.
Okay. No, well, he was actually 9.5 from like a while ago. I don't think he's played in a little bit, so we just bumped him down to a 9.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. So I'm fine with the 9s, 9.5s, and 10s then. And for 8.5s, I guess just tell me if you think anybody sounds off
Right,
here.
okay.
Dreamwin, Zid,
Yeah.
Cape.
As Zed, I would say, is an 8.
I was gonna say I think Zid can be bumped down to an 8. Lee actually brought up a decent argument to bump Zid down in Warbird the other day.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's.
Is that the move? We
8.5.
dropping Zid to 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He honestly he plays like radar a lot, and he just like kind of he's playing like the spam bullet game type of deal. Okay, so back at 8.5, Dreamwin, Cape, Ruff, Hulk, Jamal. Anybody stand out there yet?
No, they're fine.
All right, Sarger, Renzi, Absurd,
I probably
Temujin.
yeah, Temujin.
What do you think? He should be bumped down?
Um,
You're gonna say up?
I'm trying to think. Say them again. There was one I thought should be an 8.
So there is Hulk, Jamal, Sarger, Renzi, Absurd, Temujin.
I think Renzi should be bumped down.
Renzi is one of those guys that got caught up in like having one real season and
Yeah.
he may have been inflated. I don't know if he I actually don't know where his stats stand as of right now,
Let's
but
take a
I know
look. As an
Well,
8-5, well, he didn't have very many
Oh.
games, but he had.
Okay.
I mean, he went 5-9. It looks like he was a sub as an 8-5. That was
I think
last
he was
season.
on the winning team.
And then
like
just the season before.
Oh no, NPCs.
Leaderboards. Renzi as an 8-5 again. It was average. He went, barely 1-1, 60-57. That was
Okay.
2 seasons ago.
Okay. I would be fine with him being bumped down to an 8, but he is one of those guys that just had a real good season and got bumped
Well-
up and has just been there since.
Interestingly enough, so the season that he got the 8.5 bump, he had comparable stats between 8 and 8.5. Like at least
Well-
I'm not seeing much justification for the 0.5 bump.
That team won, so that always happens with Raiders. They'll see that the
Uh.
team won, and then everyone's like, "He needs to be bumped. He needs to be bumped." Like, did he play in the finals at all? Because I think Crimson won that season.
Yeah, and I'm even seeing like let me see here matches. Okay.
Is that click that? Yeah, that's the finals. That's why. Go up to the top.
Yeah,
He
you're right.
went
You're
11-9
right.
in the finals, and that's what I guarantee you. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
I don't think it justifies. I think that's like perfect that something you would expect from an 8-star. And like I
Yeah,
was actually
definitely.
looking at the stats compared to Zizou in the same season. He did worse than Zizou, like
Yeah,
by a mile.
I'm fine with him going to 8 because yeah, I think that makes more sense. Especially if Zid just got bumped down also to 8, I think that's fine.
Okay. Renzi's back at 8.
All right. Wait, can you yeah.
Wait a second, I have to do a quick voice comms shout out real quick. Welcome, our 9th cap Tiny is back in the booth. Welcome back, sir. All right.
Negative.
All right, Vice, you ready for me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so we left off at Absurd Temujin. This is 8.5, by the way. Autopilot, Sword. Oh, this is why he joined. I see. Tiny is the next name here.
Yes.
Totally overrated.
Fucking guy.
What is he?
Do you think that any of those people stand out?
Not really.
Okay.
That's fair.
And then we got Fiery Fire, Riverside.
What's Fiery Fire at?
They got him at 8.5 right now.
I don't
Because-
think he's an 8.5.
We looked him up before. He's like right in between the other 8s or 8.5s. I mean, he's in between Sarger, Tiny, and Sword. They all had really, really similar stats. The most recent DT season, he went 65 and 68.
65, 68. That's
Yeah.
negative. I think he's
Yeah,
an
but-
8.
But Tiny also went negative as an 8.5.
I'm glad you
Sword
brought that up.
went
Yeah.
even, and Sarger went a little.
I think
above
you should.
even.
Yeah, I think you should bump them two down then. I think that would be fair because at the moment it's just based on opinion. I think we start looking more at the stats. If they didn't have a good season at that, I think it warrants a little bump down. And then if they do well again, this season, if there is another season, then bump them back up. But I think 8 for both of them. It's fair.
The only thing is, let me see. I'm looking at the 8s. Like, would they be the strongest 8s? Tiny, Fiery. I feel like they would probably be the strongest 8s.
But you're always going to have somebody who's the strongest, aren't you? Right? In each one.
Would they be the worst 8.5s?
I just think if they didn't do well on 8.5 the season before, and then I think you should give them a shot to bump them down.
They didn't finish. They didn't have the worst stats as 8.5s. Like it's very average. It's very middle of the road at
The
8.5.
problem is if we bump them down, there's like if we're using the same logic for a lot of the other 8.5s, we would be bumping down like 6 8.5s to 8s. Like I'm looking at the stats that you have pulled up, like Jay-Z, Riverside, who else is there?
Like Jay-Z performed. So
Zapata.
Jay-Z is an 8.5 right now, and he was last season, but he had the stats of an 8-star. And
I just kind of feel like we're gonna fuck up the whole pyramid if we knock them down, because then we would really have to bump down like 6 of the 8.5s if we bump both of them down. Like we would have to basically bump down Sword, Tiny, Fiery Fire, Jay-Z, Riverside.
Is that a bad thing having a lot of 8s though?
There's
I think
already like a
drop off
ton of
the
8s right now.
That's the thing. I like stats wise, pure stats wise. I think they are 8.5s. I think if any movement needs to happen, it's like let's move Jay-Z down from an 8.5 to an 8.
I would be fine with, I would probably be fine. I would be more fine with like Jay-Z being moved down. I think Tupac's should probably also be moved down. He's been like pretty inactive for
It's
a long
been
time.
years for Tupac. Let me see when the last time Tupac even played was.
Rest in peace, Tupac.
He
Didn't even play that season, 2022.
hasn't played in a long time.
Didn't even play on that season. Last time, oh yikes! Last time he played was 2020 summer. He was an 8.5 star, and he went 4 and 20. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you gotta
definitely,
bump him down.
Yeah,
Yeah, bump him.
Tupac's. I'm fine with Jay-Z being bumped down. The only problem, like, I feel like we should probably leave like Tiny and Fiery Fire, because if it's gonna topple everybody down. It's gonna be too many people bumping down.
yeah. I think I do think they performed at an 8.5 star.
Vice, if you had the stream pulled up and you saw some of the 8s, like you would definitely say that Tiny and Fiery Fire are better than like the whole list of 8s. I don't see one person that I would like from the 8s. I'm just like looking. I don't see anybody that I would say is better than Tiny or Fiery Fire right now.
It'd be good if, like, I mean, it's too late now. Could run this one if for like future seasons. If, like, say the top 5 are 10s and the top, like cut-off points, so people choose, like, kind of warrant their own from the ladder, warrant their own rating.
Just like
Because it's
based on the
difficult.
stats.
Yeah, it's difficult because, like, they didn't have good seasons, but
The hard part is like
they
I
can
feel
have
like
good games.
I feel like sometimes like Cripple, for example, he kind of falls into this boat. Like if he's with the right like people, like if he has like a good team around him and he's like an 8.5 or 9 or whatever, like he'll be in the top 5 of Warbird stats that season. But if he got bumped to a 10, I don't think, like, there's no way that he'd be in the top 5 Warbird stats the following season as a 10.
No, I get that.
It's just like tough because sometimes like people will have great seasons based on the team, and then right after they kind of have like a mediocre season. The only other person that's standing out to me at 8.5 is, well, 2 people. Number 1, 100, I think should probably be bumped down. I don't know if he's an 8.5.
Yeah, he should be bumped down, yeah.
And then Metal Kid is like a really tricky one. I see that he's listed as an 8.5 right now. It's super tough. I don't know what to like.
I've played a couple of games with him. I wouldn't say he's an 8.5. I would say he's an 8, especially coming back after like 10 years, is it? I mean, he was a good player back then.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that. He might get pretty decent kind of quick, but it's
I think
always
there needs
tough.
to be some kind of incentive as well for the like players who are coming back. Like if we do try and, I think it's better to underrate them than overrate them.
I think
just so they log on to play, because if they're rated too high, they're not going to get any playing time. I think they probably won't play again.
I think that list looks a lot cleaner now.
Yeah,
I think it looks
made those
pretty
changes,
good.
Yeah.
And now, like, obviously the hard part is the 6s through 7.5s. I think the 8s, I think the 8s through 10s is like, it looks solid. I'm sure we'll get some feedback. But yeah, the 6 through 7.5 is always tough because it's hard to say like, oh, this guy should be a 6.5 instead of a 6.
I think the focus with those ratings are making sure that nobody is like glaringly broken.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, everything looks kind of good to me.
Send me the link on Discord and I'll have a look.
Are you in? Are you in a game right now?
I
Yeah,
don't. I don't know. I don't think so.
Here, I'll DM it to you.
Oh, okay.
Device.
Yeah.
It
Oh, I bought
feels a
for the
lot better.
same
This
time.
Temujin 8-star Warbird. So Sprackle's saying he thinks Temujin was hit with the, which would not shock me, was hit with the .5 free agency tax a few seasons
Oh,
back.
I'm sure he was.
But let's
what?
look at Temujin real quick. He's at an 8.5 right now. He didn't play last season as an 8.5, but he's only showing job, right? Did he? I think that's in his notes. No, just kidding. That was a few seasons back. Sorry. 2023.
What were you looking at? Rating discrepancies or which tab are you on? Rating. Which one?
The player ratings, the main player ratings. If
Well, okay.
are you streaming
Vice,
right
open,
now? You can open the stream.
open his stream. He has
okay.
it split on the screen, and you can see all the like. It's good to see the warbirds like this. Like it's all like laid out.
Yeah.
And so the last time Temujin was rated as an 8 was 2022 winter. He played 4 games and went 34 and 39.
Yeah, I'm fine with Temujin at 8. I don't think he's really done like much in Warbird.
I think he was free agency taxed.
Oh, he definitely was.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
was.
Because it didn't even go back further than that. He had a worse rating as an 8-star. So let's bump him down.
I'm fine with that.
Right.
Temujin.
Here he is.
Who's this? Who's here?
Paradise. Yeah, do you want to play Fortnite?
Oh my god.
Dude, was that a do-rag I just heard talking, bro, or what?
It's Mr.
Yo, what up,
Durag
what up?
himself.
Yo, what up? Yo, what up?
All right, Temujin getting bumped down to 8-star. Okay.
Paradise is such a fucking idiot.
I was also taxed.
Oh god.
Tiny, we've moved on, bro.
Tiny.
You should too, dude. Dad's back, okay?
Say what
Let's move
again?
on.
Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
Oh my god. Bro, Tiny has argued for all 3 leagues every year, every season.
I actually did not argue for Warbirds. I just happened to be on coincidentally when you were going over.
Literally,
my name. I
as
swear.
his name
He
was
loves it,
next
doesn't he?
in line, and he joined.
I swear, I did not argue my Warbirds.
Oh god.
Did your argument pay off?
No.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I think the list looks pretty fine. I know that we still have the week. I kept saying it, but yeah, I'm sure we'll hear about like whoever needs to be moved at this point.
Okay.
I feel pretty satisfied with the moves that we made.
I'm gonna text you guys later.
All right, later.
Peace.
No, Tiny, I'm not gonna answer you, dog. Don't fucking
Oh,
text me.
God.
Take me out of that group chat.
Okay.
All right. I think, or I mean, so we good to call it right now? We good to call it? I can take a
I'm-
quick look at the ratings analysis real quick.
I'm satisfied with that list. I'm really not seeing anybody that stands out to me, and I think that that's pretty fair at this point for everybody.
Okay.
What's Rocker rated?
Oh my god.
Dude, and he comes in and he like his tone is just like
I know.
it's
it
so
just
dry and
pisses me
serious.
off.
Yo, watch your fucking mouth, buddy.
It like makes me like Arthur Fist.
Dude, he's trying to bait us right now. I really feel it.
I wouldn't fucking dare, mate.
Oh god. What color is your do-rag right now?
Dude, the chrome do-rag, that was hot. That
was fire.
That was a good chuckle.
You can get 15% off that do-rag using code RACA.
Dude, so Paradise was DMing me yesterday in game, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, well, I mean, he gave me I guess he was, I don't know if he was looking for my input or my feedback, but he said he was, looking to retire the name Paradise. And then Para, how about you help me out? What were the two names that you
He's fucking lying.
What's your name?
I was-
His
dude,
Fortnite name.
I was speechless. Like all I could send him were question marks and dots.
Let's hear the names.
I don't remember. One of them made me vomit. I'm sure Paradise knows
God.
exactly which one I'm referring to. And then the second one, which I do remember because it wasn't a bunch of fucking symbols and numbers and bullshit, it was Young Mercy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bro.
Dude, and
Fuck.
then and then this motherfucker proceeds to segue, still in DMs in subspace chat. He was like, by the way, I just learned what a do-rag was for the first time, like last week. I'm as white as they come. That's what he was telling me yesterday.
I did
in-
meet
in-game
Paradise. He is
chat.
pretty white. I will confirm.
But I can't handle. I can't handle.
Bro,
So
Paradise
if you want my answer,
actually,
Paradise, Young Mercy. Go with Young Mercy. dog.
yo, I have to say one story. I have to. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna say
I
it.
love story time.
Yeah, no
I'm
fucking
gonna
lies.
say it. I'm
no
gonna say it.
fucking lies.
Bro, we all, like a bunch of us met up in New York years ago, like
Oh,
six,
he's fucking
7 years
lying.
ago. Bro, as soon as we all met up, we get to a restaurant. I swear to God, Paradise goes, all right, guys, I'm out. I'm going to go play basketball. He just like casually went and played basketball. He couldn't hang out with us for like an hour. Like all 6, 7 of us from like Subspace all met up and he just went and played basketball, like casually. Didn't see him for the rest of the trip.
You think he was nervous, dude?
Probably. I mean, he did have a do-rag on though.
I literally don't even play that sport. That's a crazy sport. I've never.
God. Yo, I was so fucking confused. I thought he was joking. Like he like walked out of the restaurant. I'm like, all right, like he's gonna walk back in, like whatever. And he was just gone. I didn't see him again.
Steve, say bye.
No, he's like, all right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go play basketball. Didn't see him for the rest of the trip. Can't make this shit up. Oh god.
Jesus.
Paradise has special needs, man.
Love that guy. Love that guy though.
What do you do if he knocks on your door and says, right, I finished basketball? What's up?
Oh god, man.
All right, we're getting close to wrapping this thing up. I'm gonna switch to the ratings analysis, and I'm gonna make one more fucking plea, actually two. So what we're looking at here, this is again on the public ratings chat. Sorry, on the public ratings spreadsheet, the tab ratings analysis. What we're looking at is if we set the target player quality rating to 8.5 stars, meaning like 8.5 stars is considered a quality player. If you're rated above that, we have enough players to justify 9 teams. We need one more captain. Tiny, are you still in the... No, Tiny dropped. But we need one more captain. Raka has put some feelers out. We need one of you to accept the role as 9th captain. We have enough quality players for a good season. The second plea I'm going to make is, again, to the stream for the draft next Sunday. I'm going to be out. I have a family obligation. I won't be around. We need somebody willing to stream. Vice, your name has been thrown out there. Let me know if you're interested. Anybody else? I think Banks has done it in the past.
I'll have to see. I mean, if
We need somebody. We need to keep the hype going. We need somebody to run the draft stream.
it's a long day, though. It is a long day.
Feel you. I feel you, but we need it. Otherwise, it's going to be boring and there's going to be no hype.
TJ's got this. I think TJ. I hear
No,
him.
TJ literally spoke up and he said going to Philly next week.
Oh,
We will need somebody. Just throwing that out there. We have a week. I'm going to keep sending messages to hopefully find somebody to willing to do it, and then same thing goes for the 9th cap.
what time does it start?
Great question for Raka.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
My kids will be up around the time it will start, so I won't be able to like be on mic talking, communicating, and stuff like that. So it's probably better if you've got somebody else. Who
I
can
feel
do
like
it.
it's usually like 2 p.m. Eastern. I really don't care what time it is as long as like all the caps are cool with a certain time, a specific time, whatever. Up to you guys.
up to you guys, he says, as the fucking
Nah.
head op.
I mean, I don't mind leaving it as 2 p.m. Eastern and then if like a handful of captains say that they want to do a different time, I'm fine with that. It's usually 2, I thought.
Yeah, so that makes it. I think it 7 or 8 my time.
Yeah, I think. Are you guys? I'm pretty sure you're 6 hours ahead of Eastern.
Yeah. So I don't know if I could commit to it. It's a long time. I've got to do stuff in between.
All right. I know Lockdown has done stuff before. I don't know if he's ever like hosted the stream, but he's done a lot of streams.
I'm sure it could.
Banks has done a lot of stuff too. Maybe we can talk to one of them.
Banks is
See if they're
chatting
either-
in yellow chat right now. Banks.
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 Big money Banks.
Typing. Typing.
What are we doing now? We're doing the rating. What plays are we rating?
We're done, brother.
They went. Yeah,
We
they
did
went
it.
through
Oh,
a
fuck you.
phase.
Thank God, thank God. I thought we had to go through over 6 stars.
PP Sock is missing.
Well, I think Porner's been playing quite well recently, so I'll probably put him up to a 9 if he has signed up for. I'm not sure if he
Big
has.
Pawner.
Yeah,
Bro, he's signed
been
up with
playing
20
really,
different
really well.
names. I heard he goes by
Yeah.
Young Mercy now.
Yeah.
Actually, dude, Paradise sent me what the other name was. I don't even know
Oh,
how to
God.
pronounce this, dude. So
Don't do it.
it's 2 parts, and
You're gonna get banned.
in between both parts are I think 3 underscores. Like
Oh,
just
no.
fuck me, right? First
Oh,
part,
no.
Scamp, SCANF underscore 3 underscores, mind you, and then in parentheses Vitu. VIITU.
no.
I probably just
Oh,
said
no.
something. I just said something in
You
some
just said
language.
something insane, and you're kicked off of Twitch forever now.
Dude,
Congratulations.
I probably
my
Oh,
friend.
dude.
God.
Dude, classic.
Dreamwin is laughing, so you Dreamwin and Turbin are laughing, so you just
Probably,
said something
dude.
crazy.
Yeah, people in
Cla-
Finland are fucking going nuts.
Classic
no.
Paradise.
Right now, you're getting banned.
I don't know what I said.
No
Whatever or
Oh,
whatever
no.
Twitch overlords. My bad.
Wait.
My bad, guys.
Turb Dreaming, what did he just say? I have to know before I get off of this.
Whoa.
Oh my god, the anticipation is killing
Oh
me
my
right now.
God. Come on, translators.
Yeah, dude.
It's-
What did he say? Scamp Vitu.
They don't even
It's-
want to type it, that's how bad it is.
Wow, dude.
Wow, I can see them getting banned if they type it.
Oh god. Oh, did they not laugh at that? Oh, never mind. Damn, I got trolled.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
Alright.
We all
Whatever,
go out.
dude. Well, the summary is fuck that guy. Paradise, piece of shit. Dad's
Oh,
back.
God.
Love that. Dad is back. Dude, PP Sock. If you're listening to this, nobody cares, dude. Stop.
That's not even the real PP sock.
I know, dude. You fucking.
He's a
troll.
phony!
Dude.
Is it not the real one?
PMing me. I have a small PP. It is true, dude. I have a tiny penis.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. It's fine.
Thank you,
I think
Dwop.
that's
I
it, though.
appreciate you
Yeah.
going through all the ratings.
For sure.
Mm.
Let's stay hyped. We got one more week until the draft. We've asked the
Yes, sir.
questions. Need a 9th cap. Need someone to stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Love you guys. See you in the trenches. Pew pew.
So,
All right. Thanks
Thank you,
all.
sir.
Dropping now.
Alright, later.
Peace.
peace, 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 peace. I'm back over to the music.